Alright, so as the projects went on, you wire talk, you do different things here and there. I tucked a bunch of the wires through the fender, up under into the bumper, tucked them away as much as I possibly could. There's some things I still need to clean up. I want to shorten all the spark plug wires and get them nice and neat. And then I want to reroute the fuel line. I want to move the ignition coil into the fender wall as well. Well, then you run into some problems when you do stuff. So once again, it's always a trade-off. So I got rid of the battery, opened up a whole bunch of room. I moved the starter solenoid and all those wires, made up a whole bunch of room in there, and then really clean up a little bit at a time. I plan on this winter, if everything lasts in the block and everything lasts for the turbo. And it's a good running car at the end of the season. I plan on tucking more. So all the wires you see back there in the corner and back here in the corner, they come out from inside the car and then quickly go into the fender. But I want them to not go in the engine bay at all. It's going to have some cutting and hole sawing and just some different things to make it all tuck fit and lengthening the wires to make it work. So it's a big project. But back up a little bit. Starter solenoid looks great when it's out of the way. The issue is I got a stuck starter solenoid now. So it's not as easy as just unbolting it from the inside of the engine bay, throwing a new one on there, put it back on, 20 minutes, you're done. In order for me to change out, I gotta jack the car up, pull the tire off, get the inner fender well out, and then take the fender itself off because it's actually tucked up here right next to the strut shock mount, and then on the inside of the fender. So it looks good when it's not out in plain sight. Now I gotta dig to get to it, but that's fine. I'll take the opportunity while I'm gonna take the tire off anyway. The car will be up in the air. We'll pull the other side off. I have adjustable A-arms. So what we'll do is we'll run them out, see how far we can pull them out. Just try to get the tires to fit a little more flush with the fender if I can't get them out all the way. I really want to stay away from using spacers and stuff, but we'll get this fender off, get the car jacked up, we'll get it going. Where is my jack? I found it. I never put anything back, so. quick checks we can do here. So battery disconnect is disconnected in the back, so I'm not going to have any voltage. But say that you do, all right? I'm going to have a voltmeter on DC. All right? You want to check everything's off, keys off, and make sure that you're not somehow getting stray voltage running on to turn this on. Alright, we got nothing. So there's nothing calling for this to activate. So let's check and see. You can either use continuity, which makes the noise, or you can use ohms. Right now it'll say OL, which is open, and then now it says 0 because there's no resistance. Alright, so you want to see open. Open is there's no contact at all. Or you want to have no noise if you're on continuity, which ohms, continuity. So we'll leave it on continuity, maybe you guys can hear it. We'll check between these two, which when you activate, say you turn your key, power activates here, runs through the backside of this and magnetizes it, and it actually pulls this up to turn these switch on to connect these two. This lead here runs down to the battery. This is your power coming in. So this is constant hot. So we'll check between the two. And right now it's activated, which it shouldn't be. There's no power running to it. There's nothing going on. So this is actually an original Motorcraft. So I had one go bad. I had this original Motorcraft sitting around. Everything I get nowadays, it's unfortunate, but it's probably going to be junk. So it doesn't matter if you go for the good, better, best. In the stores, it doesn't matter. Most of the time, it's all going to be made overseas, and it's all going to be pretty much junk. So you make sure you check things out of the box. I've had these stuck on straight out of the box. Just contactor stuck. So we shouldn't have contact here, but we do. So that's the whole reason why my starter getting stuck on. So I'm going to pop all this off. This would be way easier if this is in the factory location. But I snuck all this in and tucked it all under, and it's not pretty. But it gets it out of the engine bay, and I did it years ago. So I know a lot more now than I did then. And this winter, I plan on doing a full wire tuck, rewiring everything, bringing in new wire from the battery up, running a different disconnect back there, cleaning up all the wiring harness, cleaning all this up, and basically getting the wiring harness out of the engine bay altogether. It's going to come through the firewall, straight underneath the intake into the injector side. Everything that doesn't touch up here will come around this front side. I plan on sneaking everything up and just tuck it as much as I possibly can away. But that's for a different day. Let's go ahead and pop this off, throw the new one on, and check and see if it's still stuck or if there's something else going on with it. But that should be it. And we'll try some blues music this time. Alright. So I can already tell you it's better because we have power hooked up and the car's not cranking over. But let's check it. Like I said, we're on DC volts. We'll check power to the power side. We'll check our ground. Let's see. Power to power side. Ground. We have voltage. So we'll check continuity. No continuity. Good. So what we'll do is we'll mimic hitting the starter by transferring power from the battery side up to the side that actually, the terminal that activates it. So I have a jumper wire, I'll grab that. We'll take a jumper wire. Make sure nothing's going to go wrong, cranking this thing over. And like I said, this top side here, when power is 12 volts is applied there, it'll close the contactor, transfer power over, and into the starter. So. Thought I heard a weird sound. Never good to hear a weird sound. But I think we're good. I'll throw the fender on, make sure nothing contact needs the same one that was before. I did move some of these over, but we'll see what's happening here. Throw the fender back on, the tire back on, and our fender well. Bolt everything down. Yeah, and then see if we can take it out for a couple pulls. Oh yeah. Alright, so you want to slide it into the bumper and then slide it over and around because there's studs sticking out front side. Work it around. Now I always open a door and I'll get this one that's kind of inside the door here a little bit snubbed up first. It just helps with the whole process. Then we'll get these on up top, not tight but kind of just snubbed. And we'll be able to finagle the bumper and the fender around just to make the gap better. So good times. We'll just throw these bolts in. You have to watch me throw an inner fender wall and a tire back on again. So we'll come back, I'll clean it up, get this jack down, and we'll have a couple street pulls. Next on the agenda, we'll pop off the wastegate and see about taking a spring out because we're having an overboosting problem. Love you too, bud. We have an overboosting problem. So right now it's running up to 205 kPa. I believe, if my math is right, 205 kPa is like 15 pounds. And with a stock block 351, stock internals, I don't want to run 15 pounds. So we'll take out, I have 2 springs in there now. They're not color coded, so I don't know what they are. But we'll pop them out, and then we'll throw in just one of the bigger springs, so we can get down to around 10. What do you think, Leo?
Yeah, people. Yeah, we will do.
Goofball.